welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio. I am joined by my co-host, as always, the multi-personality wannabe Nick Cage, Beanie Man, Gerard Barrera.
In a world, four friends started a podcast. Matt Diorio, the warrior, Theo Walski, the archer, and Lion's Mane, the mage. And you have me, the master nerd, the tank. Hello, everyone. What's going on, nerds? How are you?
I feel like that definitely needs to happen again for the 100th when that comes out. I thought that was really good.
Thanks, man.
Do we need Jerry?
I'll
do
take it,
we,
man. I feel pretty honored.
Jerry, do we need to talk about last night's plunder? You dying quite a few times. That's not really a tank. That's just a walking target.
Yeah. I had a bad night last night.
I mean, he took a lot of bullets. I guess that counts as a tank.
He did not take a lot of bullets.
Yeah, I had a bad night last night. I did not do very well.
Yeah.
I felt like I just died our entire session.
No, we had fun. We had a lot of fun doing it, except for that one game where there's just a squad hunting us. It was like literally the first. They didn't even go after money. They were just hunting.
That was still kind of fun, but
yeah.
Then it got annoying because they kept
nothing feels worse than I come over the ridge, kill the guy that's about to kill Jerry as he's bleeding out, go to res him, and here comes two guys flanking us and just drop us.
Yeah.
So
I thought you were just gonna let Jerry bleed out, just.
No, man, teammates. It's about
here's the thing, though.
teammates.
If I had seen those two guys, Jerry would have
bled
out.
Right there. I would not first. I know. I get it.
Yeah.
I would have tried.
I
get the game. So. I get the game.
So anyway, so we're joined by, as always, babyface Theo Walski.
Howdy ho, Nuderinos.
And then still the champ.
Yeah.
Lion's Mane.
I love the intro.
Oh, God.
Jason Belidio. God, it pains me every time I say that.
How's it going, guys?
Temporary champ.
How's it going? It is going good.
I think Matt wants to get a game going soon because he really wants that back.
Yeah, I need it.
Man, we can all agree he was like.
Oh, he was
in that.
Yeah, that was.
I did not know that rule. I honestly did not know that rule.
There's no houses, man. There's no houses. You can dominate that market.
And Jason, you said it best when we were like, "Well, come on, like, why can't we just do that?" But because that's breaking the rules. That's not part of the. Then you're going custom. That's what you said. You're going custom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Going custom.
But yeah, that was a weird win. But
It's why downtown Browns, man. Get all those houses on the downtown Browns. Get Ghettopolis, man.
Oh God. Only you would really praise that, dude. The Browns. When I have the Browns, I just look to trade. Like, okay, cool. Who wants these?
I don't know. I mean, it is slumming it.
Slum Lord Jason Belidio.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
But he is the mage.
I am the champ.
I'm not going to do that.
Anyways, it's going great, guys. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing? How's it going?
Doing all right.
Good.
Doing all right.
It has been another crazy week. It has been hot in Southern California, out of nowhere, in October. Should be cooling down. It should be cooling down, but
I should be wearing a hoodie right now.
No.
I mean, would you rather be in Colorado with a nice high of 54?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe that sounds good. That sounds.
I mean, it was
very refreshing.
It was in the 70s today.
It was 92 today.
I would much rather 70s. Rather 70s.
92.
The weird thing was, it was 92, but it really didn't feel like 92. It wasn't that hot. It didn't feel that hot.
I don't know, bro. I could feel it.
And yet, Jerry, we're looking at moving to Arizona.
I know.
See, maybe I'm already getting used to it. Maybe I'm mentally preparing.
I think living in your apartment, as long as you've been training yourself for this.
No AC.
Especially my room
just
too.
Conditioning.
Especially my room.
Dude, your room is a sauna. You close that thing up, and it is
I seriously can feel like the atmosphere change when I leave
You
my
might as
room,
well-
I'm like, oh wow, like there's a breeze. It's
Go
weird.
put a bucket of water in there. You got your own sauna. Literally. I mean, it's just
Yeah, it is. It is a hot one. It is weird. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Maybe it's just my
really weird.
natural Latino heat.
God.
Really?
On that note,
Not even like, oh, that's good. No. You're just everyone shaking heads. Cool. Okay.
Spice Boys.
I mean, I'll give you some heat, but that's not the reason.
Oh God.
Oh, actually.
Yeah. Look at this.
So guys, I promised you I would look for them.
Okay.
McAuliffe Middle School 1998 and 99 performances.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so happy right now.
Oh.
This is amazing.
So if
we gotta find a VCR. What the heck's a
I have a VCR.
Well, the thing
I
is,
have one.
Do you really?
Yes.
The thing is, I have been told that Costco can make VHSs go to DVD and like digital.
Okay.
If that's possible. So I'm
You gotta
gonna
go drop them off, and they
Yeah.
send them off. They get them done. You get them back, and
wow?
But I have a VCR just because I still have old VHSs of mine for when I was doing track and cross country and everything back in high school. So all that stuff still needs to be transferred over to DVD.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's impressive though for your track days.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have ones of when you did volleyball too, or no?
No, we didn't do any of that. Predominantly, it was just
okay.
my dad doing the recording when we were at doing track and stuff. So a lot of with me doing triple jump and me looking like an idiot running cross country. I still go back. I look at myself going, I'm like, oh, dude, really?
Just because of your form or something?
Dude,
or
I would
what?
like to see a young
a lot of it is
high school man.
Young.
A lot of it is forms, which Jerry, if everything goes to fruition, we'll be in Phoenix and seeing each other a lot. So therefore, whenever. It was look bad. I've got yearbooks you guys can see. I can take pictures and see yearbooks.
Yeah. I'm surprised you guys didn't take advantage of the yearbooks in the stand, like literally in front of you.
I didn't know they were there.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I would have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I would have been like,
Jerry, just like, I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Yeah. So let's get to the news. So
all right.
Last few weeks we've been talking about Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
First it was the rumors of a Spider-Verse. Now it's really coming to fruition. And now the rumors have really, really picked up that it's not a matter of if, but when Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire are signing to be on in the movie.
Oh.
And the more and more that they talk about it, it is going to probably center around Doctor Strange screwing up the multiverse somehow.
Well,
I mean, it's
maybe.
into the madness of the multiverse. That's his movie, and that's
technically this is. I'm trying to think like Marvel, so maybe Doctor Strange gets blamed, but really, what if it's Wanda? Because in Marvel, when she goes,
she's
mad,
in the movie, so she is in the movie.
That's what I'm saying. But in the comics, depending on like what they're doing or which way they're going,
right.
Wanda, when she went mad, she created an entire like bubble universe, which created mutants. So, and that might lead, or there might be like an Easter egg that like heads to X-Men or whatever the next.
Well, there's some rumors going around that the X-Men are already in the current timeline, and that basically Professor X made everybody forget that there was even mutants.
Oh.
So if that is the case, they're already there, and they're just gonna show up and be like, "Hi guys, we're here. How you doing?"
Maybe, but I don't
think
see
you need
Marvel
to do it right.
doing
the
that.
problem is you have to figure out a way to truly introduce mutants in a
what
right
I
way.
think they're trying to do.
So the other thing I could think about is maybe you have something to do with the snap, and bringing everything back that could have triggered off mutants maybe or something.
Maybe.
I don't know, but you have to do it right. But the problem is that Logan's been around for ages.
Mhm.
So you have to explain the fact that he's been around all this time as a mutant, and explain the backstory. You're going to have to explain Sabretooth. You're going to have to, there's going to be a lot of explanations on how they introduce these guys into the universe. So for Professor X to basically blink out the memory of, the X-Men, that might be plausible to try and introduce.
Be the easiest way to go.
It'd be the easiest way to get him in. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily the Marvel way. Like
No, it's not. It is not the Marvel way. But
because especially in the MCU,
way.
I think that's the Fox way. Thank you. That wholeheartedly agree. I concur.
Chris Evans is still a Human Torch.
Oh God, stop. But I honestly, I think they're gonna put a lot of their birds in the X-Men basket, being kind of in the forefront of the phases. So
X-Men is their most popular.
Yeah, that's why. I honestly think
really.
the Fantastic Four and X-Men movies are going to be the pushing forward to the next Avenger movie or even the next phase. I think they're going to be at the forefront of this broader story, like the Avengers movies were.
I think definitely it's going to expand that, bringing in the X-Men again, and plus with all this multiverse thing going on, Hugh Jackman's not going to play Wolverine anymore, is he?
That's not necessarily true.
Not out of it. Yeah. There's been rumors going around.
Okay.
He may be back.
There's actually been a rumor that I think he might have finally given in to Ryan Reynolds that there might be a Deadpool Wolverine movie.
Because he's been trying to exit that role for a while now, though.
Logan, he said Logan he's done.
Logan,
the character's dead. I'm done. But the one thing he did say he would ever come back for is if he would be part of the MCU. But too much time has gone. But maybe he might do a one-off or some appearances.
Maybe I feel like there's just going to be a cameo, if he does come up through all this.
Because they need to invest in a new actor. They need to cast and they need to invest in a new actor for these newer movies.
Yeah,
because there are going to be multiple of them. So they need
it might
to
be
do what they did for Avengers.
It might be the cameo, just like in X-Men, where Xavier and Magneto come up to him and he's at the bar.
And he's like, nope.
Yeah, just tell us F5 and it's like...
I'm precise, nope.
Yep.
No, I agree. I agree that there might be a cameo or two, but dealing with time travel or something that he might come back for. But
unless he's pulled in through the that could be the other explanation is you got the multiverse, right? And that's how the mutants end up in the modern MCU, is they come through whatever paradox is created in multiverse to get everybody over here.
Yeah.
Because
but I honestly don't think Hugh Jackman has gotten beat up a lot in the movies. I don't think he's going to come back for a full new franchise.
I don't think
because it's going to be a long one, just like the Avengers. It's going to be at least 10 titles.
They're going to need that commitment, especially in the contracts, and they're going to pay, but he's going to be contracted to do it. I don't think he's going to do a franchise.
Exactly.
They're going to recast. That's why I think he's going to do cameos and maybe this one-off movie that everyone has wanted, and to finally do a movie with Ryan Reynolds.
So if we look at Logan, right, isn't his daughter still alive?
X-23 is still alive, but they screwed that up. That's why it's Fox.
I know, so it's technically Fox. Let's say that, but if X-23 is still out there, right, they could have him brought in as Logan, as Wolverine, handing the mantle of Wolverine over to his daughter and say, continue my legacy.
Right.
Okay, so now you have X-23. So now you're going into the newer mutants.
But that's what I'm saying. This is how you bring in
Uncanny X-Men.
And this is how you bring in the mutants, right? You bring in the introduction of X-23.
But now
Hugh Jackman.
Now you're mixing timelines, though.
Yeah.
with X23.
Multiverse.
You do start.
But so now you can pick and choose what verses.
I think that's what they're going to do. That's the thing is,
they're going to do that.
I think they have to though, because
that would be like creative freedom to just pick and choose, just using multiverses and
way too much.
Yeah, but it'd get convoluted.
Yeah, it's way too much.
Too convoluted. And it's kind of like picking your favorite all-stars to be in the movie. Like that, it has to make sense for why they're going to that certain timeline. That's why there's going to do a full new franchise.
It's not. I'm not looking at it being timelines though. I'm looking at it as being straight universes. Hence, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, right? They're going to have to come in through the multiverse if they are truly indeed in Spider-Man 3.
But that's going to stick with like via Spider-Man. Like this, they're probably going to stick with the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And like have Tom Holland be a part of the MCU. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is
have
like
some of those characters appear in an MCU movie.
What I'm saying is though, in another universe, though, mutants could very well exist. They just don't exist in this current timeline. So but that gets into everything, because remember the discussion that, Dr. Banner was having with what's her face on the rooftop, right? And how things diverge, right?
Yeah, the
ancient one. Yeah. And talking about how literally a moment in time, everything splits and fractures.
Yeah.
And so it's very possible with the multiverse, something may fracture.
True, but I don't think they're going to go a fractured dimension with each one of their franchises. That's what I'm saying.
If you're sticking with the Spider-Verse, too much though. That's
too much.
The problem is
too
you
much.
have to
put it in like a 2.5-hour
everyone
movie.
in Hollywood for a movie here and there.
So Fantastic Four is going to be easy to introduce, right? Mm-hmm. That's easy. Give them their own thing because it's 4 astronauts go up into space, right? Mm-hmm.
And technically the what is it? The Baxter Building is the rebought Avengers building. Mm-hmm. That's how it's going to get introduced.
Now, here's the other thing, though, is
rumored how it's going to be written, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But here's the other thing, though, is if you go the Deadpool route and you bring Deadpool into the MCU as is, there's your mutants. Your mutants are already established.
You kind of need the mutants,
They were already off doing whatever it was, so... I mean, you are going to have to explain how Deadpool's existing in the world of the MCU and had nothing to do with Infinity War.
But that's the whole thing. Like, Deadpool is coming to the MCU, but that whole cast that you said that were going to be in there in the Deadpool movies, they're getting recasted. That's what I'm saying. And then when they introduce that new movie, it's going to be like the reboot. It's going to be the new X-Men. That's what I'm saying. That they're starting that as a franchise, which
I get that, but I'm just trying to say is you have to explain some way that Deadpool was in existence.
They will with the look and
knew.
They're going to do that. That's easy. That's a writer's thing. Mm-hmm. They can easily do that. But the thing is, those other actors are probably getting recasted. They're looking for new fresh blood, new contracts.
So I like who they had for Colossus. I think he's better.
He can actually come back because he's part of the Deadpool franchise.
Yeah, and I think he's better than who they had for Colossus in the original trilogy.
In the Fox ones,
the Bryan Singer catastrophes.
Well, the first one was excellent. The first one was great. For what it was, and the time.
One and two were great, but
Last Stand was horrible.
Oh yeah, but
you have so many different mutants in there that are with wrong factions and everything, and Psylocke being part of the
Fox just completely ruined it. They start off great, but then they go off the rails. Same with the new one.
And they did it with
Class was great. Days of Futures Past, great.
And they did a great way with Scarlet Witch and
Travesty, and then Dark Phoenix. Not even like that's a rental.
I have not seen Dark Phoenix, and
no, it's bad.
I'm afraid to, because that is one of my favorite runs in X-Men is the Dark Phoenix saga.
Yeah,
when they have the war and you get everything introduced into it.
You will not like the story at all. It's bad.
So let's talk about the DC universe really quick. And Batman is now going to be coming out in 2022.
Really?
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's they
Significant
have a
pushback.
possibility. They have a possibility to slip it into 2021, but they're more now looking at it 2021, 2022 because of the delay.
Yeah.
You know, both brought on by COVID and the fact that Brian Pattinson tested positive for COVID when they first came back for production. So they had to shut down for 2 weeks. They're back up and shooting in production. There was a set photo that went out online that showed Zoe Kravitz. You had John Turturro and Colin Farrell, you know, in his penguin getup, along with Brian Pattinson, all in one shot. So
Brian Pattinson or Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson.
Sorry, Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
So, yep. So yeah,
Cool.
so that's kind of been delayed. They're looking at delaying Wonder Woman again and pushing that even further back into November. And because of all the delays, which is sad because I know, Theo, you frequent AMC a lot. AMC did come out and say they have enough cash to get them through the first quarter of next year.
Yay.
And after that,
even though they haven't had any good movies lately.
Well, after that, they have no cash. They will have to look at closing theaters down and possibly declaring bankruptcy.
That sucks.
Man,
That's
dude.
sad.
All of this after 1 year. Like, it's just...
Yep.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any product. Like, what are they going to do?
And that's the thing is, when you don't have product, you can't do anything.
They've been doing a lot of the re-showings of older movies, but I mean, in like $5
I've
movies
taken advantage
for old
of.
ones,
But
oh yeah, what did you go see the $5 one?
We went and saw Space Jam, and it was
yeah,
and it wasn't AMC, it was Regal that was doing it. But both AMC and Regal were doing the same.
But was it like was it like a drive-in thing or
no? It was you go to the theater. It was at the Regal movie theater.
Oh, really?
It's just like you only have like.
And there's
50 people in there now, something like that.
Yep, and they had everything spaced out where you could only sit in certain spots and whatnot. So yeah,
that sucks, man.
By the way,
so hopefully,
I hope they do bring back the drive-in theaters, man.
I've been saying that for ever since it started. Like
we have one.
Yeah,
we have one not far from us. I know out in Colorado, there's one up in Fort Collins.
There's one near downtown Denver now.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, yo.
So they are kind of starting to make a comeback.
In like Pomona and City of Industry, but they're not.
Don't mention City of Industry.
Well. Oh, sorry.
Frank and Sons.
Sorry.
All right, so let's talk about some gaming news because we got a lot to kind of cover with that. So, it was announced this week. Level 5, who is the creator of Ni no Kuni and Yokai Watch, has pretty much ceased North American operations. Last year, they laid off employees at both Level 5 International America and Level 5 Abbey. They have left only behind a small handful of employees to basically help run day-to-day operations as everything is shifted overseas. Honestly, I can see it as their games that they make are hardcore Japanese game, niche for America, but they're hardcore over in Japan. So I don't see that they're probably getting a return on investment by having their North America operations open when you can have it overseas for a lower cost.
Yep.
Especially where your games are devoured.
Dominant.
So I mean, Ni no Kuni, I mean, Jerry, you've picked it up
great games
and whatnot. Yeah. But here's the thing, though, is not a ton of people, unless you're diehard into those types of games, know about their existence, right?
Yeah. It's sad that more Pokemon players didn't know about it.
That and also,
it
shadowed a little bit too.
Yeah, but they also have to be into kind of like RPG.
Well, no, because it was shadowed a lot by Monster Hunter, and when Monster Hunter was really big, there was a lot of good games that were coming out that were very similar in fashion, but if you have a colossal giant like Monster Hunter that everybody's playing, they're like, okay, well,
that was a huge online community.
Here's some of the other games that.
Speaking of which, by the way, the official trailer came out.
Absolute
travesty.
Hot freaking garbage.
Oh, total travesty.
It looks so bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like even I even feel like the scenes that they showed for that trailer, like I even felt like Transformers looked better. Like
now that being
it's
said,
a complete dumpster fire.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a dumpster fire. I mean, the dragon that they do show in that is one of the main beasts in Monster Hunter, and they did it a very big disservice.
No, did they?
Let me put it
this. The Monster Hunter.
Let me put it this way: it looks better in Smash Brothers.
Ooh.
Damn.
Okay.
Jason,
Wow.
tell me I'm wrong.
Right.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Because it looks absolutely gorgeous in Smash Brothers.
I mean, it is like almost carbon copy-ish, but
it's.
I mean, I haven't seen the adaptation, the dumpster fire, as you guys are saying. But I never like I've played it a few times. You know, I've tried jumping into it. It is my cup of tea, but you kind of do have to play with people. You know, you kind of play
it's a team based.
A few buddies, and
unless it's kind of like Warcraft. Unless you get leveled or play for a while, level your character up so much where you can go by yourself, but you still kind of need a squad.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, not as much as squad.
There you
but
go,
I mean,
Jason.
Like, oh god, dude! Like,
like I said, it looks better in Smash Brothers.
God.
What is?
Was it? And this is the main one that's on.
This is a very big, very big creature throughout the history of Monster Hunter.
Come on, you should get the people that did. I Killed Giants.
Okay.
I feel like they took a page out of the Rain of Fire. Yeah,
I was gonna say Rain of Fire. Heck, honestly, you might as well go get the special effects guys from the old movie Dragon Slayer from like the early '80s, because that was better.
Oh man,
actually, Dragon Slayer was '90s, bro. Sean Connery and Dennis Quaid. Oh no, I'm thinking of Lionheart. Or Dragonheart.
Dragon Slayer was the one with Peter McNichols, who played Bigosh in Ghostbusters 2.
Oh God, that's right. That was a terrible movie. It was so good. It was like one of those that like, oh man, they really tried. Like,
but the dragons, they did a great job with the dragons though, for what it was.
Yeah.
And the time and everything.
It was a cool. It's a cool little.
Heck, you might as well go get the animators who did the old Bankin Hobbit, the old like mature
the
animated
water
movie.
Picture animated movie.
Yeah, you might as well go get them to do your dragons. Yeah, it looks hot garbage. It really does.
Garbo.
And I want to throw this out to our good friend Darren from the Rusty Rupees. I'm sorry. So sorry. He loves that game. Absolutely loves Monster Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
And the same thing, to
now that
just
the
in general,
old
the
Resident Evil crew
there,
got their hands on Monster Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
so sad.
I mean, honestly, you might as well go rewatch Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
No,
Please.
Never.
Please.
No, I'm good.
Please.
I'm okay.
So anyways, let's talk Xbox. A couple things really quick. Xbox is going to indeed come to iOS in 2021. Phil Spencer made the announcement to an all hands meeting. What they're going to use though is a direct browser based solution, so it gets around Apple's review process for every game.
Okay.
So they're going through a browser versus an actual app. So therefore, they don't have to list all the games separately. Okay. We talked about the GameStop and Microsoft agreement partnership. A little bit more details come out with that they're going to be sharing revenue. So GameStop is going to get a small revenue share off of any of the Series S, so the speaker boxes that they sell.
Yep.
Speaker box.
Hey, since some people have said they thoroughly like our flow chart, we'll continue to go speaker box and fridge. So
mini
speaker
fridge.
box,
Love it.
So And then also they are going to get a small cut of any game passes that are bought by people who got those consoles through Xbox or through GameStop. Any digital content purchases, they are going to get a small stipend off of that. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be enough. Now, that being said, here's my thing though. I can seriously see GameStop with this mentality, because we know the used game market is dying. As much as Jerry, as much as you love physical, Jason, you too, right? We know the used game market is dying. It is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
I mean, we're eventually going to start hunting for used games, like we hunt comic books.
Kind of.
And I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited.
It's one of those things where you just go to the thrift store and you're like, "Yo,
bro,
get that
and that's where you're gonna have to be able to find them." So here's what I think is because you are going to start seeing that shift to digital. I can see the employees when someone walks in to go, "Hey, I want a 1S," going, "Well, this is the one you actually want to get," and pushing them into the Series S.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
And then therefore, you're getting them on the digital and whatnot, and no more games and whatnot. Because then instead of the game sitting on the shelf rotting until the point you have to drop it to $2.99, and therefore you're selling it at a massive loss than what you traded it in for, you're just getting a constant revenue stream like Microsoft pushing the Game Pass.
Yep.
And they're part of All Access, so they're going to get a cut of the system sale, and they're going to get a cut of that Game Pass.
Yep.
Very true. But I also, I honestly, I mean, judge me if you want, but I still feel that there is a need for the physical. So I would honestly think companies would lower their amount of units for physical to be purchased. And I also think that they would accept no buybacks of used video games at GameStops anymore. So I think it's going to have to go to the mom and pops, the like warehouse places, the hunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the hunt.
I could see that happening, just because I still feel that there's a market for physical, but I think they're going to lower the amount of units that they sell.
Well, I'm not saying that it's. No. I mean, as of right now, there is a market, but I think it's dying. It is
very true.
It is already putting the nails in the coffin.
That's why I think they're only selling the new games, and they're not taking back old.
No, they're doing trades now.
But I don't think they'll. But I think in the future they're not going to accept used games anymore.
They're not taking like the Divisions of the world. I mean, they're not taking any of the ones that there's mass copies.
And then broaden their store with more, I think, merchandise and more like figures, pops.
Yep.
I kind of see them getting more into that now.
And to have more space, you got to get rid of that physical stuff.
Yeah.
And
so, like, I do agree. I think physical in a part is dying, but I think they'll still, sell.
Well, I think trade itself is dying outside of the mom and pops. And the reason I say that is because GameStop gives you terrible trade-in value for
that too. Yeah. So they really should just stop it altogether.
And Best Buy stopped doing trade-in on games.
Oh, did they?
If you walk in, go walk in. Yeah, they did trades. So go walk into. Yeah, they did trades for a while, but you go walk into Best Buy now. There's no trade section anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
so
again, like, this will be the last generation that, in my opinion, this will be the last generation of console that's going to be physical.
Yep.
You know, as sad as it is for me to say that, but it is going to be definitely this transition, this generation.
I think to your point, Jason, I think agree. It's going to be determined on the console sales. Because if you have, so here's the thing though, if you have the all digital consoles, okay, the PS5 and the Series S, the speaker box, if you have them outpacing the physical disc drive consoles 2-to-1, 3-to-1, you can make more money off of the old digital systems because there's less of the manufacturing cost. That's going to drive it, and where they're just going to be like, hey, you know what, the demand is better, it's higher.
Right.
You know,
one of the biggest things though definitely is like having the physical for both games and for movies. You know, there's still a big movie base out there.
That's dying too. You walk into Best Buy,
well,
that section's dying.
Again,
Target, all of it.
That's what I'm saying. This is going to be the last generation where we actually have physical because of so much streaming service, of so much ways to get things digitally.
Honestly, I
that
get
you
it.
can't.
I mean,
you can't keep up with. Why put in an extra, let's say, $100? You know, I know it's less. I know the numbers. I'm just throwing a random number, like a really easy round number. Why spend $100 to push out physicals when you can spend maybe a quarter of that to put it digitally? And you once it's up, it's up. So then other people are going to have to flock to it, to download that, to buy it itself. So having that intellectual property is going to just like be worth like a millionfold, you know?
Yeah.
And here's
there's no point to
mean,
getting that physical, and that's where these physicals are actually going to become collector in the same eyes that we've seen like toys go like unopened and sell for
original NES links.
Yeah.
The gold cartridges.
Stadium events, you know, like things like that are going to be like collector, and it's going to be more nostalgic rather than have like, oh yeah, I play it. You can have a used copy and still be collector, and
but you could get to that point where like, oh my god, you have a DVD, just like
yeah,
oh
like
my god, you have a VHS.
Yeah. So it's gonna get to that point.
I think we're headed in that direction. I understand.
We are this is called a dust jacket.
Yeah. This is definitely heading toward digital,
you just
and
pull
that's
out the dust jacket. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
You know what? You know exactly what I'm referencing.
Yes, I do.
What is the dust jacket?
Yeah.
Back to the Future Part 2. Remember when he goes into the store and he gets the almanac? And she's sitting there talking about him. She's like, yeah, this is back before we had dust repellent paper. It's called a dust jacket.
I do not remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's in that old store. We literally get
I remember where he gets the almanac. I don't remember her saying that line.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. She definitely
she's
like, putting it back over the cover. And like, this is the dust jacket.
The cover of the almanac.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Back before we had dust repellent paper.
Yeah.
So it's definitely this generation will be the last we see physical.
I think
no
we're
doubt
headed
about
that
it.
way.
There's no doubt about
I definitely can't be a hypocrite there because
as sad as it is for me to say, and as sad as it to believe, you know, like because we're so used to the cartridge, we're so used to like having that physically in your hands, enjoying that.
I had
like
a
cover
1,500 DVD collection where I completely sold them off.
Yeah.
And I went straight to digital with my Apple TV.
I was going to say with Apple,
I get it.
3 of us have Apple TVs, and
it's totally worth it.
We get our movies.
Like literally, it's that little box. I can carry it with me anywhere. Like it's
so for me.
Take up space?
Jerry,
nope.
Yeah.
So. I understood with discs. That's how I used to be and stuff like that. With my wife, she was like, "Hey, I prefer digital because I don't have to get up. I don't have to swap anything out. I can just go click, done." And when we look at when we look at the PlayStation UI a little bit later, to that point, right, the PS5 is all about switching on the fly.
Yeah, making it very easy. But yeah, I mean, so
that's going to be digital.
Going back to GameStop, though, you know, and the mom and pops, all GameStop is going to go and just push subscriptions, which even if it's pennies to $1, like having millions of subscriptions,
and that's why I think
eventually like.
And
make
here's
some
the thing,
money.
This is where I think they're the evil empire in this, and why I think they're going to drive, like even 1S is right. So someone could walk into the store and go, "Hey, which is better, a PS5 or an Xbox Series S?"
Oh yeah, and this is where
I can absolutely see them saying Series S.
Yeah,
talking up a couple things, but
like Game Pass.
All it is to get that additional revenue going into GameStop's pockets.
Yeah.
As me and Jerry, as I've told Jerry, and we've said it before at our old workplace, only one question you got to ask: do you like first-person shooters?
Oh, it's not even going to be that. Yeah. It is not even going to be that question.
It is listeners out there Xbox that are not going to get swayed and like, oh, which should I get? All you got to ask yourself, do you like first-person shooters?
Yes.
That is the only question you need to know if you want to get an Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because,
you know what, Jason? Let's run that scenario really quick.
I think that's already
it
gone.
Is not,
that it's a matter of what are your friends playing right now? That's pretty much
honestly.
what the
So
question
Jason,
is.
here's the point: is you say, hey, what do you like to play? And a lot of people use the argument of the controller, right? Well, when we play COD, we were cross-platforming with Xbox players, and we would have just as much reaction speed and everything as Xbox players. So it's just basically in preference anymore.
No,
But
I
think,
agree with Theo. I think that old mentality, I think it's dead now. I think everything's merged too much to where it just depends on really who are you playing with on your friends, and they're all like, we're on Xbox. Okay, I'll buy an Xbox. Or it just depends on your preference. Like
I have PlayStation for the story-driven
content. I'm a PlayStation guy.
Uncharted Horizon.
I think it's like that now. It's not like the old days anymore, Jason.
I don't know. I still feel it is. I still feel it is.
Just for old time's sake, let's run the scenario again. Let's run that scenario.
I don't know. I still think it is, man.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking to buy a console. What do you suggest? A PlayStation?
No, it's. I mean,
or
that conversation is not even going to take place unless somebody
I don't think so
is.
No, not anymore.
Coming in.
With GameStop,
No, because
it is definitely going to be.
They are now Xbox.
Xbox. Yeah. Just
look at
you're now an option in Microsoft
Game Pass. Yeah, they're going to sell it all. Yeah.
They're going to sell it all because they get money out of it. So now, one last thing with Xbox is that the Initiative, which is their first-party studio they started up, that contains devs from Rockstar, Sony Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, among other high-profile studios. They managed to hire away Lauren Garcia. He was the shading technical director for the characters in The Last of Us 2. He is now going to be working in this virtually the same position for the Initiative. So for Xbox fans out there, with all these devs that are coming over from PlayStation Studios, I thoroughly hope they keep that same drive that drove them to have success within PlayStation Studios with Naughty Dog, Sony Santa Monica, and those games like God of War, Uncharted, and whatnot. And I truly hope they give you guys a game that Xbox fans truly deserve.
Yeah, something that
because they have been lacking. Because they have been straight up lacking, something of substance from a first-party studio. Because Gears of War, I hate to say it, guys, I get the appeal of Gears of War, but it's the same story. Yep. It hasn't really evolved. Halo.
Master Chief's still alive.
Master Chief was, he's supposed to be dead. Oh, no, he's back. Whatever it is. But you guys are missing story-driven content like Uncharted, like God of War. And I truly hope that the Initiative gives you that game that you truly do deserve. Because they do. And honestly, we've been saying that it's not Microsoft themselves. We're not knocking the Xbox itself, because there are really good games out of Xbox over the years. I mean, heck, Mass Effect started out as an Xbox exclusive.
Yep.
That was
Halo, amazing.
That was an amazing game.
That was a treat.
Until EA bought them. So I really hope that they do deserve this, because the Xbox fans truly deserve something other than great third-party games to play on the console.
The copy-paste, but better graphics.
Exactly. So let's talk about Nintendo getting sued again. So they're being sued this time by an 8-year-old from North Carolina.
Yo.
This story was reported by Wired. So it is so the complaint is filed by Lou Sanchez and her son. Now she has to be,
because he's a minor.
Because he is a minor.
Yep.
So she has to be listed. So here's the thing: it centers on Joy-Con drift. Okay, which, folks, I hate to say this, but there's a current class action lawsuit going on right now, and they decided not to go class action and join it. They went on their own.
Okay.
So they're suing for $5 million.
Okay.
What are the reasons?
Sanchez. Okay, here's the story. Sanchez bought her then 8-year-old son a Nintendo Switch in December of 2018.
Okay.
Okay.
And he experienced issues with the Joy-Con controllers within a month of purchase.
Okay.
Now, remember in 2019, Nintendo came out and said we're going to fix the Joy-Cons for free and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
She did not, but from my understanding of the story, she did not contact Nintendo to say, can we get these repaired? Okay.
Okay.
So they bought new controllers within the year, or sorry, within the Joy-Cons, with a month of purchase. So new controllers were bought within a year. As the problems progressed until the Joy-Cons were essentially inoperable, which we've seen that happen where you cannot touch them and Mario keeps on going.
Mario's rolling.
7 months later, the second set of Joy-Cons started experiencing the same issue. Okay. So basically, they think that their pain and suffering of having to get another set of Joy-Cons and not reach out to Nintendo for repairs is worth $5 million.
No, they're gonna get ripped apart.
Nope.
First of all, I was going to ask, did they buy it new or used first? So I would want to know that.
They have not said whether or not. Now, keep in mind too, this is an 8-year-old.
I'm thinking of all factors. I'm just asking all the same. I just want to ask like the same questions what I think.
I mean,
they would ask. First
Jerry,
of all, if it was new, then like I would want to see like how he plays with the console.
Right there, because think about that is
I have nieces and nephews.
8 years old. Yeah,
Jerry, that's where I was going with it.
Yeah, my sister has complained to me like, I am so sick of the Switch. Like these controllers break. So like they've told me everything. And don't get me wrong, I love my nephews, but they're boys and they're rambunctious, and they break the controllers, and that's just plain.
I wouldn't be
simple.
surprised if one just snapped in half.
Yeah.
Nintendo
is not commenting because they're in the middle of the class action lawsuit and everything.
Yes.
But I mean, $5 million, really?
I don't think they have I mean, they're going to get paid something. Something's going to happen.
They're going to get a new controller. That's it.
Or that. Like
they're going to get. If anything, the best case scenario, they're going to get a brand new Switch.
Yeah,
that's the best case scenario.
I would laugh if it ends up being a Switch Lite, so that way he doesn't have to worry about the Joy-Cons.
No, Joy-Con drift is still
possible.
That would be funny.
Joy-Con drift still exists in the Lite.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow!
Wow!
Still, that would be funny if they send him that.
I know. I mean, best case scenario, you get a new Switch. That's it. Hey.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. You
here you go, dude.
Wanted to be your own lawsuit.
You fought the good fight. Here you go. A new Switch.
Here's a new Switch.
There you go.
We'll throw in
for wasting all that money in court.
Here's a code.
Another pair of controllers. Why the hell not?
Here's a code for Pikmin 3.
Yeah.
Here
you go. Just for you, buddy.
Better yet,
you can get this digitally.
Here's a year subscription to Nintendo Online.
There you go. All right, we just gave you a whole bunch of free games.
Yeah.
Kinda,
right. All right, so let's talk about PlayStation. Okay, so all of us are eager for this. Jason's still harboring some ill will towards Jerry over there because Jerry got his pre-order and Jason couldn't because Jerry didn't let him know. So.
I can wait a little bit now. Like I can wait a little bit. Now that it's not like
I've apologized. I'm not gonna apologize again.
No. Like now that we've seen like the release lineup,
Yeah.
And when they're coming out.
No,
I don't know.
I am looking forward to playing Ghost of Tsushima in 60 frames per second. So we're going to talk about that here. So first things first,
let's go.
Miles Morales, game coming out for the PS5 that Jerry and I are eagerly looking forward to on the 5. Theo, I'm not sure if you're going to pick it up on the 4 and then let it free upgrade to the 5 when you get your 5.
I have it pre-ordered.
Isn't that the $20 upgrade?
No. So Miles Morales itself. Miles Morales itself is going to have a free upgrade to the PS5. You have to do the remastered edition of the original to get it on PS5.
Yeah, there you go.
So, 2 things. One, in the game, people are upset that they're switching to Adidas instead of the Nike Jordan Air 1s.
No.
Well, okay. Here's the thing, though, is if they went to Nike and said, "Hey,
I have spoken,"
Yeah, and apparently Sony and Nike probably did too, and said no.
Yeah.
They probably wanted a lot. Like they probably wanted
Or
the
B,
left foot.
they wanted left and right foot.
Yeah.
Might as well add your firstborn in there too.
Yeah.
So
Fine. Add it. Get those shoes, baby. You
Not
get
for
those
something like
sneakers. You get those Jordans, dog.
okay, let me ask you a question. Do you want a Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, I want a Spider-Man 2. I also want Nikes on Miles Morales.
Let me ask you a question. Do you want Ratchet and Clank?
I mean, yeah, I do. Yeah, I want Ratchet and Clank.
Do you want these great Insomniac games? Because if you do, then, where's that money going to come from to get the licensing?
That's Nike money then.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. All they got to do is ask. They should have asked. I want to know if they asked.
They probably did, and Nike said, I don't know if you have enough zeros there to cover.
See, no, you know what? So my real reaction
Sony's trying to buy Bethesda.
But honestly, my real reaction to this is fine. Don't pay Nike. Don't go the Nike route. I honestly do get that. But do not switch sneakers. You make like an off-brand like Rockstar does or something. You know what I mean? Or you take away the stitch, but just have the silhouette of the sneaker. You don't change.
Too close, man. Too close to.
Especially from Nike to Adidas.
It's too close to.
I find it a little weird that you're actually saying, "Give me knockoffs. Don't give me a different brand."
Because I'm thinking in
you're pitching knockoffs for me right now.
But yes, but for the sake of the look and the authenticity of the game. They don't necessarily have to be Nike, but they still have to be the silhouette of the Jordan 1s.
Yeah, Jerry wants Knicks,
He wants Knicks or he wants likes.
Likes.
L-I-K-E.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Or Mike.
That's cool.
Mikes.
Give me some Mikes.
With the upside down question mark,
boom. Give me, I'm fine with that.
Ridiculous.
I am fine with that.
No, man.
Now, what if, Jerry, let me ask you a question.
Sneakers.
What if one of the costumes is the actual Nikes? And that this is all just people overreacting to what a potential outfit looks like by having what looks to be the Adidas.
It could be just a render. You're right. True.
Because you can have a DLC where Nike can be involved with it and like have that one suit that Nike gets like.
And that's the one suit I will
cut,
play.
60% cut.
Because you got to think Nike's going to want a cut of every single game sale.
Yeah.
So and create suits. I'm down with that. I will pay for those, and then I will play the entire game.
So more than likely, if you want the OG, the creme de la creme of Miles Morales, you're probably gonna get a DLC for that costs like $10, and
I'll do it
just for Nike.
Just for
Nike. I'll do it.
Yeah,
I will do it.
All right. Let's talk about something else.
If they sold individual shoes for Miles Morales, that'd be sick.
All right. Let's talk about Spider-Cat.
Spider-Cat.
Yeah. It's a little cat he finds at a bodega, carries him around in his little backpack. It actually has a little bit of a mask on it. So
oh my God.
I totally have Spider-Pig stuck in my head right now from some Just him holding him on the ceiling with the hoof prints on it is so awesome.
And it is actually in the trailer too.
Yeah. I mean, I predict this to be like another side quest type of thing.
Of course.
Mm.
Like your cat is at a certain place and then like, oh, hey, go check this place out for like info or something.
There you go.
That's pretty funny.
So let me see if I can find the actual like screenshot image of here he is.
There he is.
Oh, he's got the mask and everything.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
That's pretty sweet.
He's even helped fighting.
Oh, what?
I think that's all it's going to be. It's just like an extra damage boost.
Move.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's actually kind of a cool addition. I kind of like it.
So I'm totally into it.
All right. So let's get into some of the big news, right? All right, so
The big
first thing is
news.
the big PS5 stuff, and there's a bit of it this week. So we have the backwards compatibility side. It is 99% backwards compatible.
99.
With PS4. There are 10 games it is not compatible with.
Who are the 1%ers?
The 1%ers are
the poor 1%ers.
DWVR.
Don't know it.
Afro Samurai 2.
Didn't play it.
TT Isle of Man, which that's the one we laughed at. That was Xbox giving away for their games with gold because we never heard about it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Racing game. You have Just Deal With It. Shadow Complex Remastered, which I actually own. It is a side-scroller Metroidvania type game. Use your right stick to actually shoot, and you can actually shoot at enemies that are in the background that are shooting at you, as well as up above you and stuff like that. It's a good game. It is a really good game. I had it on 360 as well. I don't play it anymore, so I don't really care. But you've got Robinson the Journey, We Sing, Hitman Go.
No.
Hey, I have the platinum on that game because it was cheap. It looks kind of fun. But it's one of those ones where for Hitman Go, much like Tomb Raider Go, is you're like kind of moving your piece. It's like, no, it's not even a point and click. It's just you move your piece and then the enemies are shifting when you move your piece. And
it's a strategic adventure. I think, right?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Shadwin and Joe's Diner.
I know one of these games.
No clue.
Yeah. All right. So,
why you got those 10 games? You got to call them out. Why you got to be like that? Like, you want people to rebuy it on PS4? I mean, like,
no,
what are you doing?
I want the people to be at ease that most likely their games are going to be playable.
So, Jerry, this is kind of what we're looking at is PS4 games are going to get a game boost. They're going to basically, a lot of them are going to get an improved or more stable frame rate.
That's big.
You're going to have subtitles with unlocked frame rates or dynamic resolutions up to 4K.
Yeah.
So they're going to be boosting those games. Plus, they'll take advantage of the PS5's new user interface, which we're going to show here in a few minutes, which I think that's going to be super helpful with some of the stuff that's built into the UI.
Yeah.
PlayStation VR games are going to be backwards compatible. You're going to need the VR and an adapter. The PS5 HD camera is not going to be compatible with the VR.
That's because I heard a rumor that a new model is coming out.
Oh yeah, that's not even rumor. That's patented, and they've shown off what it possibly is going to look like.
Oh, cool.
In terms of sketches and stuff. Yeah, the patent's been out there for about 2 years now. About a PSVR 2. So, you're going to be able to stream remote play, PS4 games onto the PS5. So game data, digital games, game data, and all that will be able to be moved from the PS4 to the PS5 using a LAN cable or Wi-Fi. If you have already stored PS4 games on an external USB storage hard drive, you connect your PS4, you bring them over to the PS5 with that storage device.
Wow.
So you just plug it in.
Everything's compatible.
Over and work it over. Yep.
Cool. Love it.
Which is why I have external hard drives set up on both the PS4s in the house. So we'll be able to bring our games over with us.
Nice.
And Theo, to your point, for you, you haven't gotten the PS5 pre-ordered yet, but you got Miles Morales stuff. Miles Morales and Sackboy will have upgrades for PS4 to PS5 shortly after release. Which is nice. Yeah. You'll be able to take your save files with you as well. Now, the only ones that aren't going to carry... Yeah, so specifically the games that are PS4, PS5, Miles Morales, Sackboy, they will have an extra version. Your save file goes with it because it's not a different game, whereas you can't take the save file from the original Spider-Man to the remastered version.
Right.
Because there's different stuff and new suits and whatnot. So, all right, let's talk about the update 8.0, which we actually got to toy around with last night, actually, when we were playing COD. So it did quite a few things. The first thing I want to cover, guys, is kind of what Sid Schuman's talking about in his article here on PlayStation Blog, is that users were seeing a notification. I saw it as well about party safety, and that voice chats in parties may be recorded. Okay. The voice chat recording for moderation is a feature that is in PS5. It's not on the PS4, so it's when it launches. Users will be able to record the voice chat sessions and ship them off to PlayStation for moderation review. Okay. I think a lot of it has to do is maybe you meet some players online and you want to, add them all into a party chat so it's just easier instead of going through in-game, and then they start running off with, say, racial slurs, threats, or something like that. It gives you a way to report it.
I get it.
Yeah, if you're gaming with randos or something, doing some LFG.
I was also kind of wondering, like, if we're in our own party, we can record that and send it to each other, right? Or
no. We can record it. We can record it and send it to Sony.
Yeah, send it to Sony.
Oh no. Oh.
Yeah, I would love moderators.
I was just thinking of getting sound bites of our sessions.
Oh, I mean, you'd
like,
be able to save it
them
and just record it like on your own personal device.
Oh,
I just want to see the person's face that hears Jerry. Just everything that comes out of him.
Yep. All right, so there's going to be updates of parties and messages, which we saw this last night. So party chat and messages are now grouped into one type of setup now. And you're no longer going to have separate apps anymore. You're no longer going to have a PlayStation Messenger app and a PlayStation app itself. So for party chat, once we have already started a party online with those folks, you don't ever have to continually re-invite them back to that party. They can just join, which is why, Jerry, I texted you last night and said, hey, I can't re-invite you back to the party. You just have to join it.
Yeah.
Because it completely grays you out, so that way I can't even re-add you again. You're just part of the party. And this is a lot, guys. This is the prep for the PS5 because of the features that are going to be part of PS5, right? They're kind of bringing PS4 into the realm and simplifying things along what PS5 is going to do. So you also got new avatars, which is the first time we've gotten brand new avatars from Sony in the PlayStation 5 outside of special editions. Those digital deluxe editions where you already get avatars.
Yeah.
So they added Ghost of Tsushima, Uncharted, Ratchet, Last Guardian, Shadow of the Colossus. So you can see new avatars there.
Even a Twisted Metal too. Sweet.
They're adding in a feature where you can mute all mics.
Nice.
As far as your setup goes, if you really wanted to. And then, better parental controls. They also have put in the 2-step verification process, which in their screenshots and what they were showing on the article, it has the Authenticator app in it. I was messing around with that before the podcast, and I don't have the option for Authenticator app yet to be able to do that. It's just text messaging. But honestly, I've been doing 2-factor authentication on my PS4 for a couple months now because somebody hacked my account. And it's not that big of a deal. It just sends you a text message. You put in the code, you're good. Now, that being said, once I get the ability to do an Authenticator app, I will do that because I do use Microsoft's Authenticator app for quite a few different things. So it'd be nice to just have it all in one source. I use it for my Switch. I use it for when we're doing Skype and all that. So, and then they are going to remove event creation or they have rather, and private community creation. So going forward, you are not allowed to create any more events or communities if you haven't already set them up. Okay. And then remote play app on mobile and PC. Now you'll see PS4, PS5. Now, if you look at the logos, you have the PS4 logo on the right. That looks like, like it would the PS4 Pro or whatever on its side. That now shows up on your friends list. So if a person's playing PS4,
cool.
You see that. Yeah, because you could actually go online and look at all our friends lists. So PS5, when you see your friends are playing PS5, it's going to be the standing up PS5. Some people online are already making a joke that it's like, oh, cool, you get to see who's broke and can't afford a PS5.
Ouch. Guess I'm gonna end up being one of those broke
people. I'm right there with Theo.
Yeah.
God.
Anyway, so the one thing is, though, they were seeing, and we saw this too last night, the UI after the update was really slow with loading things up and chats and everything like that. So they are working on fixing it. It was something to do with the servers themselves. So as the night went on, it sped up, and they were kind of fixing it. So so let's kind of jump over to the UI. It was done in a state of play, which today's date was kind of leaked out through a Burger King ad where you had the king opening up a bag and hearing the startup sound for the PlayStation 5. And then they said 1015 on it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird.
When did the king switch over? When did the king make the switch?
I know, right? He was predominantly Microsoft.
I'm upset about this a little bit.
Really?
I am.
Why are you upset about this?
Because the king, like, where's his allegiances?
Hey man, it's time. It's been time to change.
What did he sign this treaty? Like, I am now going to be part of the PlayStation team. What the heck?
So let's talk about
watch Burger King.
Let's talk about the UI. So with the control center, which for those that are watching the YouTube of this video, you guys are able to see that. So we've got it up. For those that are just listening, head on over to PlayStation blog. There's a great the state of play video is up that Sid Schumann did do. Honestly, it's very bare bones, and it's kind of like what Shuhei did at Tokyo Game Show back in 2013 for the reveal of the PS4. It's very quick. It's only about a 10-minute overview on it. I have a feeling closer to release, we'll probably see the full reveal like they did, when the original PS4 came out.
Because they only showed one aspect of the UI too.
We saw 12 different things.
Yeah, they did not press down to go to the main menu. That's what they're saving.
That's if it's there. We don't know that yet. So with it, you're no longer going to have to leave the game to look at the UI. You can simply just hit the PlayStation button. It'll pull up the UI, overlay it over top your game. So it's not like where now when you hit the PlayStation button, it takes you out of the game to the UI. It's going to be, straight there. You have these things called cards that are down at the bottom that show you different things like news, activities. It'll estimate how long you have left on that activity. So if you look at this left card here for Big Adventure, it shows about 10 minutes left. So it tells you only have about 10 minutes left on that game, on that level. Some of the activities will allow you to jump right to it. So you have these different activities down here, so you could easily jump to keys to success, up for grabs, go back to Big Adventure, whatever you wanted to do. Also within those cards, it'll show you the different things you have to accomplish within the level. And some of those things for PlayStation Plus subscribers, you are going to be able to watch a video of that area for completion, like a little guide. So you're not gonna have to Google anything. You don't have to go to YouTube. It's all right there. Okay.
Maybe how to beat a boss, a certain boss,
and they have these videos set up
Hell
House.
How to get platinum trophies.
Give me a break. You barely have more than me.
Jason brought up the Valkyries first.
No, it's more.
You brought up trophies altogether. You barely have more platinum trophies than any of us.
More is still
more. Whatever.
Yeah.
There's still more trophies.
Anyways, but you're gonna be able to do those picture-in-picture and pin it. So you're gonna be able to slide the video off on the side, so it's not taking up a good portion of the screen, and you're gonna be able to go to that very specific spot and be able to see side by side. So that's going to help you, find different items and whatnot, because frankly, Ghost of Tsushima, like you look at some of those collectibles, those things are a pain to find. Like there was the one in the Golden Temple that's up on top of the temple that I was like, dude, what the heck? Where is this golden bird? It's just sitting there. It's somewhere around here. I don't know. And then I look up and I'm like, oh, I gotta climb it. Yep. So I think that's great. That they're going to be able to do that. Now, your instant notifications that pop up now when your friends are online, it'll actually show a little drop down that you can see them going into a chat, and you can join that chat right away without having to leave your game.
Absolutely loved that feature.
Yep. You can also see their chat. If it's not even a party, a voice chat, you can just see the chat. You can respond to it. The nice thing is that chat is also, you have voice dictation for it now. So instead of having to either jump on the app and type it all in and stuff right there in the moment, you can just say, hey, go to Last of Us, go to Ghost of Tsushima, and it'll put it right there in the text for you. Now, if they're doing screen sharing in the party, you can pin that on the side of your screen and watch them play their game while you're playing your game, like picture in picture.
That's really cool.
That'll be actually really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll put a lot of perspective for like co-op games or people that are like challenging each other, speedrunning.
Yeah. Or, just helping a partner out. Just something like that.
With Hell House.
Yeah.
Or Sekiro challenge. Anyway, so you can also join multiplayer right from the cards as well. So you can just slide right on over to the multiplayer function of, say, Destruction All-Stars, which is something they showed off during the video, and jump right into it. So to me, it's almost like it has that quick resume feature that Xbox has. That's almost what it feels like with a lot of this. Now we'll see how many different games it may possibly store. Screenshots now are going to be able to be captured in 4K, and what they were showing off is you are able to edit it a little bit, so it looks like you're going to be able to do some touch-ups and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to that because I take a lot of the in-game photography with the photo modes, so I want to see what those touch-ups can actually really do. So I'm looking forward to that. The PlayStation Store is actually integrated right into PlayStation 5, so no longer is there going to be an app like it is
Interesting.
now. So that's what this screenshot was that Sid was talking about, where you see Ratchet and Clank. You're just going right on over to the PlayStation Store, and you see games. And they're also going to tailor the games to your preferences, too, the games you've played, based on your play history with your trophies and stuff like that. So it's going to recommend games that are along that path for you. And then lastly is if you ever receive a video screen share or whatever from friends, or you go to look at one of those videos that it gives you like where something is, the game designers can put in a warning on it that it is a potential spoiler if it notices that you have not completed that part of the game.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty fun.
So it keeps you on like the story, like it keeps you on task so you don't.
Well, not necessarily that. So say your friends say, hey, I did this really cool thing in Spider-Man, right? So say I am halfway through Spider-Man, Jerry, you barely played it, and I'm fighting a boss, and I say, hey, look at this cool little thing I did. You don't know that's even a boss. It'll put up spoiler before you even watch it.
You can choose not to look at it.
Yeah. So you can choose to go, no. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this was very bare bones on the UI. I'm looking forward to kind of getting more hands-on with it, because we're 4 weeks away.
Yep, we are.
Right.
We're 1 month from PS5.
Less than a month. Less than a month for the Xbox.
Yep.
So we're almost to next gen. So, so speaking of games, Theo, let's go ahead and start with you because Jason's just Final Fantasy 14. What have you been able to play?
I've been sticking with Animal Crossing this week. I've been increasing the archery practice. I decided to go to Florida this year.
Oh, nice.
So
is that something that's really smart to do with the amount of COVID cases down there?
I'm on the fence with it, but I've talked to my coach about where I'm at with my archery this season, and kind of leaning towards it'd be better. It would be good for me to go there. I mean, at least
go down and do an in-person test.
At least it's in Gainesville, so it's not the most heavily populated area. But
Gainesville, University of Florida.
I know, but compared to Jacksonville or Miami,
Gainesville's still pretty populated.
It's don't go to any parties, man.
Okay, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see if it even happens. Still, like, I mean, I've got the ability to cancel.
Yeah, there we go. Jerry,
sup?
What you been playing?
Sup, yo? The same. I'm nicking away at Ghost, but I've been playing from some COD, and that's pretty much it. I'm about to start Final Fantasy again, though. It's up, it's on the desk, but I want to finish Ghost because I know I'm really close. I think if I just spend like a good game session on it, I think I'll finish it.
I could be mistaken, but I feel like a case of deja vu with that statement that Final Fantasy has hit your desk.
Oh, I said that last week.
Pretty sure you said that
last week. But I didn't. I did not. I'm admitting right now. I didn't start it. I'm not. I want to finish Ghost first, and then that'll be my new like regular every day, because I'm going to finish it.
Jason.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 14, but like I said, it's just right now waiting for 5.4. It comes out in December. We just had a new patch for 5.3 with the live letter, and it's just added a little bit more for people to just kind of like log back in for a little bit.
To kind of keep trucking along.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's already like a lot of the people that I play with, they're kind of over it already. But at the same time, you know, it's just waiting for new content, so it's something to like carry over. Been playing Killer Queen Black. Was able to play with Theo last week. And you know, just contemplating again while I'm playing Sekiro, because spent another like hour and a half on it and got nowhere. And
dedication, dude. That's dedication. I'll give you that.
Yep.
You know, so you know, just hanging out in that little spot again.
Good luck, bro.
Cursing at the TV of like, yo, I swear. I was like, yo, I swear I hit that parry, or I swear I hit that the counter, and
it does not bring back good memories.
Nope. Gabe
Godspeed, bro.
You, man.
So,
Big Matt.
Ghost of Tsushima. I am probably about halfway through Act 2.
Yeah, you got a good chunk done the last you told me.
So I'm doing it like I did Horizon, because the map is built similarly in terms of how it clusters things together for quests and stuff like that.
You're eliminating all of the clusters from before you move to.
So I'll hit, you know, if one quest takes me over and it's near a cluster when it finishes, I'll grab the question marks around it, then move on to the next thing. So I'm not bouncing all over the board. Having a lot of fun with it. The game is kicking my butt because I'm making mistakes. So I like the fact it's not forgiving. It'll punish you if you get cocky, get stupid with it. Of course, some COD. Also playing some more, you know, Animal Crossing. The island's gotten a little bit more of an upgrade since you guys got to see it.
Oh,
okay.
Yep. So the diner's gotten an upgrade. Got some extra stuff within the diner. I put in a big U-shaped booth in one section of it. I now have a big giant toy store that I got built in.
Sweet.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's getting upgraded. All my residents have all their Halloween decorations, so that part's done. Started playing a little Mario and Rabbids Battle Kingdom on the Switch.
Wow.
Having a lot of fun with that. I mean, of course, I love tactical RPGs. So this one is a very good tactical RPG, but with the comical side of Rabbids and Mario.
Yeah.
But that's about it as far as that goes. So
pretty good lineup.
Ghost and Ghost on that. So we do have Newman.
Newman minute.
You got a Newman minute.
So
Hey guys, Newman here. Not much to say this week. The PS5 skins look really, really good. I can see Jerry buying a bunch of plastic. And Jason, you're absolutely right. Tabletop Simulator is a great thing. You can get it on Steam. I think it's like $10.
Yeah,
and you can play all sorts of stuff. Like, well, a few friends of mine and I have played Betrayal on House on the Hill. Played Legendary, the card game. You can play all sorts of different board games and stuff, and people are creating content for it all the time. So it's a great little thing.
Oh, cool.
Nothing else really to go on. I'm not going to pick on Jerry this week for anything. I'll save that up. And since you guys always ask, I have been playing Borderlands 2 again, playing through it a second time because it just keeps the boredom away while I'm recovering. So talk to you guys next time, and you'll probably see me for episode 100.
All right.
Good. Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
I have already talked to him about being on. He was on for 50. We need to have him on for 100. So
Yeah. I mean, but no, too, you know, like I always, every week that we hear him, you know, I'm always just glad that he's going through recovery very well. You know,
I'm glad he's in good spirits.
It is not something to like say, hey, you know, oh, you're going through recovery, good for you. No, it is a lot that he's got to go through. So.
Yep. And real quick, I do want to do a shout out to Tim Geddes from Kind of Funny. We all met him at E3 last year, him and Greg, especially at the meet and greet. He sent out a tweet today, about an hour ago, that said, I've never publicly talked about this. Today's my mom's 68th birthday. I lost her a year ago to dementia. I have to explain this pandemic as she cries multiple times a week. There's nothing harder than losing someone that's still here. Please don't use dementia as an insult. I just want to say, Tim, my thoughts go out to you and your family, because dementia is no joke. My stepfather's dad was a sundowner, as far as dementia goes. So I've seen what it can do, and it's terrible. And, you know, you are an awesome individual. And, you know, from talking to you both on the show floor at Nintendo and also at the meet and greet with you and Greg. So, I mean, folks, so those listeners, especially those that are part of the Kind of Funny best friends that are out there as well, give Tim some love, because obviously he is very, very private when it comes to stuff like this. He doesn't ever really talk about his family, you know, talking about his mom's aunts, you know. So this took a lot for him to come out and say it. So go out and give him the love that we deserve. So with that, guys, we are 19 days away from the election here in the U.S. Everyone get out there and vote. We are actually going to go vote in the morning and do some early voting, because then I don't have to do anything with November 3rd, because we all know that's going to be a nice long wait in the line with COVID and everything like that. So everybody get out and vote.
Get out and vote. And if you do the mail-in ballots, I highly suggest that you find a drop-off point. And
hold on.
A true drop-off
point, because we do know that the California Republican Party has decided to keep going with their unauthorized mail or ballot boxes that are at their locations, even though the California State Attorney General issued a cease and desist.
Yep.
But
the best way to do that, go to your county's website, your state's voting website, and look up the official ballot drop boxes and go turn them in officially, because you do not want to drop them off at an unauthorized place, because they may not be following protocol as far as certain states are. You know, California, they're required to have a second signature if it's at a drop-off point.
Yeah. And,
if someone, you know, so.
And on top of what Jerry's saying with the mail-in, you know, give it to your mail carrier, man. Tell them, how's it going? You know, give them bottled water. It's been hot out there. You know, they work day in, day out. You know, keep the post office alive a little bit. You know, they do work. They do work.
Yep. And they're doing it underfunded too.
Very underfunded.
So, but yeah, get out there and vote. Rock the vote, guys. You know,
rock the vote, man. That is a
dude.
When was that one? Was that 2012, 2016?
Dude, it is. The hashtag is alive and well right now, but that is absolutely 2012.
That is funny.
It's coming back. Rock the vote, guys.
Rock the vote,
that's all
baby.
I can say is
rock the vote.
You know, and make sure that when you hear, you know, some of these things that are out there, make sure you go do your own research. So to all our listeners out there, thank you for crashing game night as always. If you like what you heard, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. A lot of people don't think that we're there. Guys, we do post the video of this podcast right there on YouTube on Sundays when we upload the video for the audio as well to our audio channels. So go check out the YouTube. It's under crashinggamenight.com. Or sorry, rather, Crashing Game Night, rather. Also, we have crashinggamenight.com. You can go in, check out the podcast there. Our article posts, I include the link to the YouTube channel to go watch the video as well. Also, follow us on Twitter at CGN Podcast, or you can follow me at CGN_Matt. I want to say, everybody, especially with these last 3 weeks, especially what's going on in this country right now and around the world, please, please be excellent to each other. And above all, stay frosty.
What is up, all of my fellow nerds and nerdettes? I'm just kidding. All of us are nerds, binary, right? We're inclusive. Look forward to some unboxings coming up, some unboxing videos, and look forward to our unboxing videos for the PS5s.
I'll be doing all
Matt
digital.
will be doing the digital, and I will be doing the disc version, obviously, for all hail physical for now.
Hail.
But yes, so some unboxing videos are on the way. And once again, guys, Black Lives Matter. Keep showing the support. Keep just doing anything that you can. Especially with these times right now, it's getting worse and worse the closer we get to the election. So keep level heads. Like Matt said, stay frosty and watch yourselves. Be safe, and yeah, let's fight for change. So show your support, please.
Definitely show your support. Definitely shout out to all those out there. All the frontline workers that we got. Thank you.
Jason's one of them.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, there's never been a time when someone just says thank you. It doesn't mean a lot. It keeps us pushing forward. Definite shout out to all those victims out there that are going through fires, hurricanes, typhoons, any sort of natural disaster. We're out here hoping you the best, wishing you the best. Stay safe, 6 feet, wear a mask. We're not out of it yet. We are declining a little bit, but we're still not out of it. Flu season's just around the corner. Get your flu shots as well. That help you out too. But no matter where you are in the world, just be nice to each other, be kind, rewind, because you got to just help each other out right now. We just need more unity. Just like Jerry, Black Lives Matter, fight the cause, fight the movement, vote. Please vote for you guys, for us in the United States. Vote, everything. Just be nice, be kind. Theo, my man.
All right, guys. Everybody remember to stay humble. Thanks for listening to us. TTFN, ta-ta for now.
Night, everybody.